few things this morning. But one thing that I just wanted to share really quick, that when Molly was praying, I saw like the heavens open, like the heavens and all of its glory and beauty and power. And before, it was happening like before her prayer. It was almost as if the Lord was saying that when she prays, when Mindy Dean is praying, the heavens are open. I could see angels listening. I could see those who had gone before us listening and awaiting her prayers. But it was a very heavenly thing, a kingdom thing, that it was such an honorable thing. And it just held a lot of weight because it literally opened the heavens of the Lord. And it was quite overwhelming a little bit to see all of that listening to her. So I wanted to share that really quick.
Yes, Lord.
The first thing that I saw was a landing strip for an airplane in the desert. And I heard the word simulation or simulator while I was watching this happen. And this plane came into the airstrip. It was called an airstrip. And it began to land, but it had to land because it couldn't stay in the air any longer. It wasn't doing very well. Something was wrong with it. I think something was wrong with the engine. But anyway, so it landed on the strip. And a hand came down with giant hands. I don't know if it was the hands of the Lord or human hands. They were human hands, but I don't know whose hands they were. Anyway, he got into all the mechanics of this airplane and began to sort of fix things. And I could see all kinds of things happening, which I clearly had no idea. I had no clue how to do anything with that. I could see it being done. And things were being put back together, things were being replaced, and then the wheels in this second engine to me started to start up and turn, and they turned like a bunch of wheels were turning inside of this airplane. And so once that was all, done, the airplane was sort of shut and closed and getting ready to take off again because it was at the fixed. But right before it took off, another plane came in, and it basically crashed into the end of the airplane. But the airplane chose to take off anyway. And it took off, and it stayed in flight. So it was staying in flight, and it was able to fly. But you could see smoke coming from the end of the airplane, like really strong smoke coming from the end of this airplane. And it just was in bad shape. In fact, it began to fall apart in the back. And it was very clear that this airplane was now in worse condition than it was before it before it landed the first time. So something happened. Obviously, something happened. It got crashed into. Because this other plane basically, I don't know if it had gone down, but it dive bombed into the back of it. I don't know if it was I don't know what those things were called, the Japanese. Zero. I don't know if it was one of those planes that had a death wish or something and went straight into the back of it, or if it was going down and it took the plane out with it on accident. I wasn't sure what happened there. I just know it nosedived into this thing. There was nobody at the controls, there was something purposely going down. I couldn't tell that. But it did take, but it was weird because once it crashed into the plane, it wasn't blowing up or anything. It just, you could see it had smoke. It didn't damage it about beyond repair. It obviously didn't damage it, making it unable to fly. It just, you would think that would have caused the other plane to blow up with it. I mean, naturally you would think that would have happened, but it didn't. It just caused enough damage to cause a problem. And then when the airplane took off in flight, which it never should have done, it being in flight, it caused more problems and it began to fall apart. So that was the first thing that I saw.
Mm.
The other thing is completely separate, so I don't know if it's really.
Can you get close to the mic? I'm not so sure. Your position a little bit blurry. The voice you have there. So.
I just was saying the other vision I got was completely different, so I didn't know if you wanted me to.
Yes, go ahead. I'm eager to hear it, actually. So.
The other thing was basically just a picture. I saw the mountain of God, and on the top of it was a garden, and I could see it sort of looking up. I was near the top, but I could see that the mountain was rock. It wanted the vision. The vision was clearly showing me that the mountain was made of rock, but that there was a tree on the edge of the top, and I could see it. I'm not sure if it was the tree of life or what, but it was very prominent, standing on the edge, just fully, large and full of power and full of life. And so I just sort of was asking sort of the Lord, what else is on top of this mountain? And so after that, I saw that the whole top of the mountain was a lush and beautiful garden growing. And as many times as I've seen this mountain, I've never been on the top of it like this. And I've never seen a garden on top of it. This is the very first time that I've been on this mountain and seen anything, other than, I think, one other time where it was just dark and full of smoke and things. But this time was different. And it was very lush and beautiful, and it had a river running through it. And I was sort of looking at the water, and it made an impression on me that it was like living water, like holy living water, because when I looked at it, within my spirit, I could feel the power of the Holy Spirit as I'm looking into this water. So that was very clear that the water was living. But I think that, obviously, this might sound silly, but the whole forest, the top of this mountain was living. I mean, I get that it's living because it's plant life, but it was a different kind of living. But that was it.
Wow. Wow. I tell you, I can't take time really to expound. I tell you, that's definitely from the Lord. Confirm some revelation this morning ahead when excuse me. Reflecting on Brother Justin's vision he came, I think, crosses the panel of wood and layered with gold, and entering into it, this city, there's a garden there. The Lord just revealed to me the picture of the ark of the Lord inside. We often think it's just 3 items. Actually, it's a garden, So then he gave me the picture. Because the temple layout is the one direction facing the east. That's supposed to be every direction like a clockwork, so or circle around. That should be everywhere. It's just one show you one. It's like a snapshot something. Then the Lord showed to me that picture is like tabernacle picture basically. So in the center of the ark actually is a hidden. It's a way of life. I was thinking about this in the early morning. I draw to the Revelation 20, I think, about the river of life, the tree of life, because Tim reading those portions scriptures. I'm just, sometimes spirit connect things not in a cohesive way. It's scattered around. I hope you bear with me. But I'm thinking more about this, and the Lord revealed to me about in the beginning of creation, everything's void or water. Then he produced a land. The land came out somewhere. It's a picture of basically high land, and it's tabernacle picture, but there's a garden there. So so it seemed to So this picture covers basically in the arc of God, the life pattern or the economy's life that it was blessed Eden with was hidden away, required a holy bit to recover and flourish and populate it to the new creation. So, well, that's your vision. It's a little bit, it's overwhelming. I remember some considerers also, the house is not a house. House oftentimes considered as individual dwelling. But in God, evidently, his house is a tabernacle, so everything gets around and said, he received my original plan, the plan I had for in the beginning when I created everything and placed you in stewardship for this kind of economy. So